Hey guys! So today's look is a kind of what I consider like a glam kind of prom look. This is pretty much the look that I've been requested to do at work whenever I have a makeover. You can wear this whenever you want, but I think this is really nice and just pretty. Okay, so obviously I'm starting with the eyes. I'm doing that because I am going to be using a little bit of black shadow and I don't want it to ruin the face. So first thing I'm doing is putting down a primer. You can use whatever primer you like. My favorite one is a Smashbox 24-hour one. It's like glue for your lids and it's perfect. It's like the only primer that I've found that works for me. After that, I'm just going to take a little bit of concealer. I'm using the Revlon Color Stay Concealer just because I need to use it up. I don't like this. It's in the lighter shade and it's not light enough to use under my eyes, so that's why I'm using it now. And I'm just doing this to cancel out any veiny-ness that I have or any other discoloration that's on my lids. Then I'm going in with a powder that's the same shade as my skin tone just to set that in place. You could use an eyeshadow or a face powder or whatever you want. And the palette that I'm pretty much using for this look is the Lorac Pro palette. The first shade I'm using is white, and I'm going to use that on kind of a big C-shaped brush and put that on my brow bone and the inner half of my lid. I was recently kind of checking up on what brands are still cruelty-free because a friend of mine was wondering about something, and And Lorac is still cruelty-free. They're just not on the Leaping Bunny or PETA list, but they are 100% cruelty-free, so if that's important to you, cool. Okay, and on my Zoeva Soft Crease Brush, I'm going in with the shade Taupe. If you don't have this palette, I'm pretty much just using kind of soft browns all the way up to black. So with the shape that I'm going for, I'm pretty much just following the natural shadow that's in my eye already. If you have hooded eyes, you'll be doing a kind of a different technique here, but my eyes are slightly hooded, so I'm staying above the crease. I'm not really putting this in the crease. And I'm bringing it right to the front. I don't go all the way in. I know some people kind of take it down their nose, but my eyes are already close together and that kind of accentuates that. So I'm just bringing this out, and I'm bringing it out a little further than I normally would, just kind of straight down because I am going to create a very smoky wing. Now I'm going in with the shade Sable. This is my Zoeva 227 brush. It's pretty much the same as the MAC 217 and the Morphe, I think, 223. And I'm going to focus this one is actually going in my crease, and I'm going to bring the bulk of the product at the end and bring it down to the lash line. And then when there's not much left on my brush, I'm going to start bringing it forward in my crease just to create a little more definition. Then I'm going back in with that brush I used before just to kind of blend them all together. And I'm going to go back in with that taupe shade and just put it in the front half of my lid so I have something to blend my darker colors into. Okay, now I'm going in with the shade Espresso, and this is a Coastal Scents SO8 brush. It's like a tapered crease brush, very small, and I'm kind of putting the product on the side of the brush, and I'm going below my crease and just deepening that outer corner. Okay, now with the Morphe M321, I'm going in with the shade Black, and I'm taking that on the very, very outer corner just to deepen that, and I'm kind of creating a bit of a V shape. And now I'm going back in with that white shade on my brow bone to kind of clean that up. Okay, and now I'm going to use my Anastasia gel. It's the waterproof cream color in the shade Jet. This is my favorite to use as a gel liner. The other one that I like is the Bobbi Brown one. But for the most part, like any other liner that I've tried, I haven't really been a big fan of. Okay, now that that line's down, I can see better like how even it is with my other eye, so I'm going to deepen it just a little bit and bring it forward just a little bit. So I'm going in again with the espresso shade and just bringing it in a little bit more, and then I'm going to go back in with the black. I go back over that line. Okay, and the mascara I'm using is Maybelline Lash Sensational. And the lashes I'm using are the Ardell Wispies. I like to use the latex free glue. One, because I'm allergic to latex, and two, this just dries a lot faster and it makes them so much easier to apply. So I'm moving on to foundation. I'm not going to prime today. I feel like a lot of the primers I've been trying aren't really working the way I need them to. The Nivea Aftershave Balm is really nice, but I don't know, I'm not digging it. So I'm just going to go straight into the foundation. I'm using my Revlon Color Stay Foundation. I have it in the combination oily skin formula because I have combo skin. To blend that out, I'm using my Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush number 56. If you want a more kind of in-depth base video, I do have one, and I have a lot of tips on like touching up and longevity in that video, so I will link it or leave a little card or something. When concealing my under eyes, I am going to use a color corrector. This is the pink one, the brightness one from Sephora collection. The concealer that I'm using now isn't the best. I'm using the NARS Creamy Concealer and I don't love it. It lasted like 5 minutes and it doesn't give the best coverage. So I am looking for something else, but until then, I do have to correct any darkness that I have. If you have more extreme darkness, or if you're darker than me, a more peach shade or orange shade would work well for you. Now I'm moving on to concealer, and I have the shade Chantilly. So I did my eyebrows real quick, and now I'm going to set my face. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. This is in the lightest shade. It looks a little dark, but we'll make it work. And I'm using my Zoeva 101 brush. I'm just lightly setting it for now. So now I'm going to go in and contour, highlight, blush. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to add more of that white to the inner corner. I'm going to finish up the eyes. For contour, I'm using my Sigma F05 and my Sephora Tranquil Powder. Bronzer, I'm using my Sephora Los Cabos bronzer and my Zoeva 126 brush. And for highlight, I'm going to use my NYX Ritualistic highlight and my Zoeva highlight brush. And I'm doing this before blush because I want it to be more of a natural highlight. And I'm just going at the very top of my cheekbone and then blending downward. Onto blush. I'm going to take Makeup Geek's Spellbound blush. It's a very neutral shade. You could go with whatever shade you want. Depends on what kind of lip color you're going for. Okay, last but not least, the lips. First, I'm going to line my lips. I already have a chapstick on and I'm going to take that off. But I am going to line my lips. This is the Sephora Lip Liner To Go in the shade Nude Beige. If you wanted, you could just line your lips, but I'm going to go on top of that with the NYX High Voltage lipstick in the shade Mirage. Then I'm just going to go in with my Sephora Beauty Amplifier. This is a Set and Refresh spray. That's it for the look. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have an amazing day.